vertex and the line on the baseline of our angle. We pulled number 9, right? That was for who was number 9? 8. Who's number 8? Okay, hold on. Katie, you have a question? Okay, hold on. Some of you may have went ahead, but that's fine. Giovanna, when we're measuring angles, do we use the outside degrees or we use the inside of degrees to find our angle measurement? We use the outside numbers? Who agrees with the thumbs up? Who disagrees with the thumbs down? Okay. So, Giovanna, we always use the numbers in the inside of our protractor.
Not always.
Not always. When do we use it differently? It's bigger than 90.
If it's bigger than 90 degrees, you use the top number.
That's when we start using
less than 90 degrees.
Inside. Okay, so who agrees with Kyrell? Who thinks Kyrell is correct?
Well, I always use my protractor.
Which you always use?
My numbers on this side, and the big numbers
on the outside. Okay, so if I have a let's see if we have a angle that will measure bigger than 9 and see what side we're going to use. Okay, Kaden?
I just wanted to find out if each angle is at 180. Yet also, the outside is facing completely the opposite direction, while the other side is completely facing another direction. Technically, what I'm trying to say is facing, depending on the angle which way it's facing, that's how you use the protractor. If it's like, let's say if it were left, then you'd probably use the outside. If it was right, you'd probably use the inside.
Inside. Oh. Well, and he's correct. He's actually correct. It depends on the angle too. So, you know, when we're doing the problem set, some of y'all turn your paper, or you might turn the protractor because it doesn't look correct. And he's correct. You sometimes would have to. It depends on which way the angle is shaped to use the protractor. Yes, ma'am.
I don't understand. I didn't hear what anybody said.
You didn't hear what anybody said? So, what they're saying is basically it depends on the angle of how you would use the measurement on the outside or the inside. But today we're going to basically be using the inside of the angles. Because we don't have these big old angles to measure yet. Yes?
I don't get it. Why do you have an up and a down?
Why they have an up and a downside? By talking about bottom. Because some angles, like Katie told us, some of them are turned different. So the bigger the angle, the outside numbers are bigger, so you use that part. But the smaller the angle, which Kyrell said, you use the inside part, yes.
But I use the outside, and then every time I have to use the inside. I even successfully.
Huh?
No one told me I had to use the inside, and not even successfully.
Well, that's something we learn as we go. But we use the inside for right now. Not even in Success Makers. Yes, we use the but y'all protractor and Success Makers on the screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's the same. You remember we had the little bitty protractor when we first started?
Yeah.
I showed y'all the little bitty one, and then I had this size here, and I told you no matter what protractor you use, even on the LEAP test, we just took the LEAP test. If they gave you that little bitty protractor, which was about half of this, it would still measure the same thing.
I didn't use it.
What are we gonna
You didn't use your
They gave us a protractor and a ruler. I didn't use it.
No.
I had no problems where I had to use them.
I
Is there only? There was like two or three.
No, I think
No,
those
like
are
only
those
like
problems.
there was only like one.
Okay. All right. So let's go on. Let's move on with the with measuring. So let's all put our vertex and our line together on the angle, on the point. And make sure your line here is even with the baseline there. Mr. Mylan, pick your head up. Where's your pencil? Where's your protractor?
Yeah, I don't think she got one.
All right. So let's go ahead and measure this angle. Put me a number, Christopher. 19. Who's number 19?
No.
Jakar. Jakari. what is my measurement of angle C? What is my measurement? What does this angle measure? Do you have your vertex in the right spot? And your line, let's see. Let me make sure you're doing it.
He said 60.
60, and who agrees with it? Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Alright, and that is correct. It does measure 60 degrees. So you're going to write 60 degrees. You can put it on top of here. I'll just put it on top of that. Very good, Jakar. And that's correct.
I put it inside.
Now, looking at the number of degrees. Well, no. Looking at the number of degrees. Christopher, put me a number.
14.
Number 14. Who's number 14? Kaden? What type of angle is this? Is this a right, acute, or obtuse? Or a straight?
Acute. Then because it's 60 and it's 30 degrees lower than 90.
You subtracting angles already, huh?
That's easy.
So, what type of angle is this? It's less than 90.
Acute.
Acute. Yes, it is. It's an acute angle. So,
Is that the
so it's an acute angle. You don't have to write acute, but if you're not familiar with your angles yet, what is a right, what is obtuse, what is acute, I will write acute. Yes, ma'am. Giovanna. You don't have that? Show me how you measure your angle. You show me how you do it. Yeah, use your protractor. Okay. You see where you still reverse that? So, you start. You see where this line is? Where 0 is? This has to be on the line. And your vertex has to be here. Your point has to be here. And so now you see I'm on 60. So that's how you measure. Okay? Because we're not using the big number, we're using the middle number. Even if I was to go, if my ankle was pointed the other way, you see how it always ends up in the middle? That's what it was saying earlier, depends on the angle. It will still measure whatever. The numbers never change on the protractor. They're all the same. No. Well, let's see how much that one would measure. Okay, so, yes, ma'am. And that's what I was about to tell Giovanna. Let's see if the next one measures 60. So let's look at angle D. Remember, we start at our what? What is it called? What is the point called? Vertex. And remember, our line should be on the base of the angle.
anything or all of them?
And Christopher, put me a number.
Do we get to put that little dot?
What? The little dot? The vertex?
No, not the same.
What about it?
We're gonna keep that circle box.
I'm sorry, say it again.
The little circle.
That's a D.
That's a D.
That's the D in the middle. That this arc is called an arc. That's what measures the angle. You know how when this if this was a 90-degree angle, would I have this arc here, this little arc in the middle?
So you have a box.
It would be like a square in the middle. That's how we know what is what type of angle.
Put on here.
Yeah, because
You're
it's
on the
already-
problem set. We're on the practice sheet. Get on the practice sheet. Okay? Alright, so this little thing would change, this arc would change to a square if it was what type of angle? A right angle. Thank you, but it's not. So that's how we know it's not a right angle. So we know our measurement should be what? It's not a right angle, so it should be what? Either. Very good, girl. Mm-hmm.
What she said?
She said either acute or obtuse.
Cool. All right.
All right. So, Christopher, put me a number. 17. Who's 17? Oh. You gotta take your cap on sleep. Okay, and Zamaria, what did your angle measure? What you got? 60. Who agrees with the thumbs up?
It's technically just the last one we did.
Who disagrees with the thumbs down? And she's correct.
Yep.
This is 60.
I didn't get.
Well, you didn't get 60?
No.
What you got?
80.
You got 80?
Oh, she definitely,
Let's see.
I think
For you to get 80, well, my line, look what my line would be way over here. Because if this is 80,
No, that's. I didn't put my protractor like that. I put it in the other way.
Oh, she went inside.
She went
outside.
so you use the outside numbers.
I always do.
What did we see? You use what? The inside numbers.
It depends on what direction the angle's
The
facing.
first one I got it wrong.
Because you have to measure the inside. Giovanna, you got it? You're still using the inside, right? Kaden?
It's exactly like good. It depends on what the angle.
Which way the angle is facing?
Or in the other one, where it depends on what the whole angle. You know, I'm just gonna say it depends on what the angle is facing. Cause there is another way to say it. Cause I'm trying to remember it.
Okay. You see? So show me the way you used it. Let's see. Because you're using your protractor backwards. It's backwards. You don't never use your protractor that way. When I write 9, do I write a 0 and a 9 first? So you always use it this way. That's why. So you have to make sure your vertex is here in the corner. And you see this line right here with the 0? It has to be on the line of the angle. So now you see, and this line has to be on the line also. So now you see it's even, so now you see it's 60. That's what you're doing. Huh? No. You're using it backwards, that's why. So now you see? Guys, when you use a protractor, what Olivia was doing, she was using it backwards. Do we use a protractor backwards? No. No, because if you're measuring like this, it's wrong. Because if you think about it, I don't write 9 as 09.
It's
9-0. So that's how you know you're on the correct side of the protractor. Yes, ma'am. So, and it's no problem. And it's a mistake. We learn from our mistakes, right? Yes, ma'am. So I want you to do E on your own. Okay, if you didn't, hold on. I want you to do E on your own.
You want me to do it again?
Make sure your lines are even up. And then I want you to tell me what type of angle is it. Is it a right, obtuse, acute? Yes. You got it? You don't know how? Because, let me see. Want to take your sheet out? Can I take your sheet out? Yes. You was about to, you forgot what this is.
That's not O-B-S-T-U.
Very good. You got it now? O-B-T-U-S-E. Obtuse.
I didn't write that down.
I did not.
So, is your protractor right, first of all? Let's check and make sure you're on the right side. Are your numbers looking correctly? Are your numbers correct? Uh-huh. Christopher? And line up your lines on your angle. Yeah. Go ahead, go ahead. Look at him. You got a bracelet? Okay. So what you measure? You see where your protractor is? The vertex is way over here. That's not correct. And you see where your line is? That is not correct. So we go here on the corner, and we make sure our lines are on here. So what does yours measure? Look, the angle stops at 130. So now you see? What you got? All right, Christopher not here. I'm gonna pull it up. Let's see if everybody got that. Number 10. Who's number 10?
LePage.
LePage. What did you get as your answer?
I got
Good chance. Ah. Yeah, look at your protractor. Are your lines even? Let's see, because you're measuring way up here, baby. You always start on the baseline. Above the baseline, you see where this arc is? That's how you know it's the bottom. So, now you do it. You're right at the top of the angle. So, is your vertex on the point?